South Africa, the southernmost country on the continent of Africa, is known for its differing topography, natural beauty and cultural diversity. Having a population of about 60 million, it is classified as one of the most developed countries in Africa with a fast-growing economy and home to one of the best infrastructures on the continent. It is estimated that the total demand for infrastructure investment and maintenance from African developing countries is more than $900 billion a year. Africa's recent increase in economic growth inevitably had a great contribution from the implementation of mega projects across the continent. According to survey reports by Deloitte and Ernst & Young, South Africa is among the top countries with many infrastructure projects on the continent, with a combined value of close to $130 billion over the last 10 years. South Africa, being the third biggest economy in Africa, has shown a great deal of interest in mega construction projects to become more economically and socially advanced. The country is addressing her overwhelming affordable housing needs, improving the infrastructure, keeping up with the pace of growth of technology, and reaching sustainable development goals by undertaking some of the most incredible mega projects on the continent. Numerous mega projects have been implemented or currently ongoing in South Africa to meet different objectives ranging from energy, transport and sport facilities, among others. In this video, we will take a look at the 10 most impressive mega projects in South Africa. Number 1. Square Kilometer Array Telescope. The Square Kilometer Array is an intergovernmental radio telescope project being planned to be built in Australia and South Africa. The Array telescope will be the largest radio telescope in the world, having the advantage of being developed in a position with minimal radio interference and an almost perfect view of the Milky Way. The telescope will require long holdings with the capacity to exceed the present-day global internet traffic. Meanwhile, it should function with high-performance central computing engines integrated into its system. Conceived in the 1990s, the Square Kilometer Array telescope will operate over a wide range of frequencies, and its size will make it 50 times more sensitive than any other radio instrument. Once completed, it will require very high performance of the central computing engines, and long holdings with a capacity greater than the global internet traffic. The project, estimated to cost $2.1 billion, is expected to be completed in 2030, with construction scheduled to start in 2023. The construction and operation of the Square Kilometer Array telescope currently involves 14 countries. Number 2. Greater Cornubia Development. The $1.7 billion city is intended as mixed-use development, an initiative that broke ground in 2012 north of Durban, South Africa. Nestled 7 kilometers from King Shaka International Airport along the Enta Highway, the Greater Cornubia project will include 58,000 houses encompassing industrial and commercial properties as well. The property covers a 1,300-hectare ground space costing a handsome sum of $1.7 billion for completion. The project is headlined with partnerships between the eThekwini municipality and Target Hewlett Developments. The Greater Cornubia project aims to develop an urban settlement that complements users with significant investment, presenting an all-inclusive dome where business, lifestyle and retail activities bloom. Cornubia has emerged as a highly sought-after residential and business place that has enjoyed rapid growth, transforming the physical and socio-economic landscape of the province, and is expected to create 45,000 jobs over the long term. Number 3. Kuils Coal Power Plant. The Kuils Coal Power Station, located close to Kendal Power Station in the Kangula district of Mpumalanga, is a project under construction which comprise 6 units, with each receiving an 800 megawatt coal-fired capacity for a total generating capacity of 4,800 megawatts. The massive power plant will be the 4th largest coal-fired power station in the world once completed, and would be the first in South African public energy utility, Eskom's fleet, with a flue gas desulfurization technology. Kuils Power Station, estimated at $8.2 billion, has experienced several delays. However, the project is set to be completed later next year. The power utility Eskom iterated its intention to obtain most of the coal required for this power station from Anglo Coal's new Largo operations. Haskins Consultants, however, estimate that 35 new coal mines will be required to support the Medupi and Kuils plants. Number 4. Durban Point Waterfront Development. The Durban Point Waterfront Development is a joint venture with a Malaysian company and the Durban Point Development Company. The $2.4 billion investment, located on the south point of the central beachfront, is set to include a number of mixed-use developments projects, including upmarket residential and commercial developments, retail mall, a hotel and leisure facilities. The project will be undertaken in 3 phases over the next 5 to 10 years and forms part of the city's initiative to redevelop and regenerate the inner city. The first phase commenced in 2017 and relates mostly to the provision of bulk infrastructure. The balance of the project will cover a 10 to 15-year horizon at cost between $2 billion to $2.4 billion of public-private sector investment. When completed, the development will create 6,750 permanent jobs and provide 11,000 construction jobs with an annual rates contribution of $13.6 million to the municipality. Number 5. Space Infrastructure Hub. The South African National Space Agency, SAMSA, has been awarded $215 million in additional funding over the next 3 years to develop a space infrastructure hub. The hub forms part of the Sustainable Infrastructure Development Symposium initiative to prioritize infrastructure development for economic growth and job creation and is funded by the public and private sectors. The project will include a number of satellite builds, thus Earth observation and space science missions, a new ground station and expanded data segment in the new Data Visualization Center, activation of the satellite-based augmentation system over Southern Africa, the development of products and services for use across all spheres of government and human capital development and training. Domestic access to this type of infrastructure will reduce South Africa's reliance on other countries for the type of information that these satellites can make available and is expected to reduce the timeframes for collecting necessary data, according to government officials. They also estimates that the investment will generate $100 million in GDP in the first year. Number 6. The Mukuluf Crocodile Water Augmentation Project. The project entails construction of 2 main bulk raw water transfer systems to meet the growing demand for power generation, mining activities and domestic use in the Lephalale area in South Africa. The burgeoning demand in the Lephalale area of Limpopo triggered a pivotal decision to initiate the Mukuluf Crocodile Water Augmentation Project, a project entailing the $847 million construction of 2 main bulk raw water transfer systems to attenuate the demands. The main challenge for the project has been in relation to expediting the implementation of the project in order to ensure that water is delivered on time to the Medupi power station. Number 7. The Mukuluf Megacity. Officially launched by President Cyril Ramaphosa in October 2020, the Mukuluf Megacity development is set to be built in the east of Pretoria. The development has a total project value of over $5 billion and is one of the 62 strategic integrated projects of the South African government. The first phase of the project is residential developments and some 50,000 sectional title units are planned. Once completed in 2030, the Mukuluf Megacity may end up becoming the world's largest sectional property development, with land also earmarked for schools, shops and offices. The Megacity is a public-private collaboration with developers Baldwin Properties. According to the company Baldwin, it plans to build an initial 16,000 apartments, have a present value of approximately $660 million in phases over the next few years in what it describes as one of the world's largest sectional title development. This may be extended to up to 50,000 apartments with a total development value of approximately $3 billion in today's terms. Apartment prices will range from $34,000 to $55,000. Number 8. Redstone Concentrated Solar Project. The Redstone Concentrated Solar Project is an advanced solar project model to accommodate and engage a 100 MW concentrated solar power plant. The project will blueprint the advanced solar thermal energy technology of the renowned utility-scale solar power developers Solar Reserve, making it the first of its kind in Africa. The power plant has been estimated to cost $789 million, with an operational lifespan of over 30 years, and will lie in the Humanshoek Solar Park, which is toward the east of Postmaspoort in the Northern Cape Province. It will combine with 2 other plants, Jasper and Lissetti Photovoltaic Solar Project, to collectively produce a 271 MW generating CSP and photovoltaic park. Redstone Concentrated Solar Project construction is widely expected to enhance energy supply and consolidate energy security. The innovative South African mega project will also be expected to contribute significantly to attenuating carbon emission through a plummet on the dependence on coal. Once completed, Redstone CSP should be capable of generating about 480,000 megawatts of clean energy per year, meanwhile, providing an estimated 210,000 households with electric power during peak periods and creating over 3,500 jobs. Number 9. Lanseria Smart City. The Landashley Smart City is an area earmarked for radical residential and commercial development in Gardens, West Rand, expected to be completed around 2030. The city is aiming to accommodate up to 500,000 residents with newly integrated public transport systems connecting residential zones and industrial hubs, touted as the first new city to be built in a democratic South Africa by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Landashley Smart City looks to redefine urban planning, renewable energy and emphasis on non-motorized transport, and citywide CCTV systems using facial recognition technology are all features of this new master plan. According to President Ramaphosa, the city will not only be smart and 5 grams network ready, but will be a leading benchmark for green infrastructure across the continent and internationally. Number 10, Brix Cable Project. The Brix Cable Project is a 34,000 kilometers long optical fiber submarine communications cable system that carries telecommunications between the Brix countries, specifically Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, to carry high-speed internet traffic without reliance on the US and European networks. The cable was announced in 2012, but is still under construction. The cable is approximately 34,000 kilometers long, and contains a 2-fiber pair with a 12.8 terabits per second capacity. It will be the third longest cable in the world by the time of its completion. According to reports, the cable will interconnect with the WAX cable on the west coast of Africa and the Easy and Seacon cables on the east coast of the continent.